show.
Con te Gnomo.
Con voi, con voi.
And con voi everyone.
It's a little bit noisy here.
You are in such a beautiful environment.
Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good night. Depends on the time lapse. And so you I have to introduce myself.
Okay, so we are here today to focus together on a talk dedicated to the knowledge and to the research and to the approach of study that Damanhur has developed during these 50 years in order to inspire and share what is and what has been our approach to the research and to study. So I'm here with Gnomo, I'm here with myself, I'm back after a few of the talks and I'm very happy to be here. And I'm very happy to be here with Gnomo because Gnomo is one of our best researcher that we have in Damanhur, and he wrote many books and he has put a lot of effort on researching on different topics here in Damanhur. And so, Gnomo, I would like to begin asking to you if you have to describe to someone what's the Damanhurian approach to knowledge, to study, let's say the approach that Falco has shared, the Falco style, let's say, connected with study and research. So what would be, what you could say to us connected with this topic?
Maybe we can talk about a sort of dance between. It's noisy. Is it noisy?
No, there is a happy party behind.
Yeah, they started right now a party along the beach because I'm in Egypt now.
Let's say that having fun is part of our approach to study. So
of course, having fun is part.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's part.
Okay. Yes. Let's.
So on the beach during the music, there are three dancers that are dancing together: faith, knowledge, and doubt. Imagine that the way to research is to, of course, you have to have faith, but it's only the first step. So first of all, I believe that something is possible. I have to believe it, or I will not research anything. Okay. So faith is only the start. After that, you will encounter the doubts, because during the research, during your steps, you will fail. You will, you want to give up. Maybe you will find nothing, but in a certain moment, it's possible that you found something that can completely change the environment. In this third step, we are not anymore talking about faith or doubt. We are talking about consciousness. That's the path. And it is also in the Damanhurian school of medit action, the path of medit action. We start with an idea, we start with a faith, or we start with a hope. We believe because we hope. For example, everything about death, everything about the problem we have in our life, that we will die, it's always producing in other people around the world a lot of fear. That fear pushed the people to believe. This is how all the marketing of religion grown again and again for thousands of years. Okay, because the religions are selling a solution about death, are selling a solution about your faith. About your fear. When we talk about a consciousness path and knowledge path, we are talking about not only the first step, faith, because of your fear, because of your hope, because of your beliefs, but the second step is to put in doubt everything, and the third step is the consciousness. To do that, we need experience and knowledge.
Oh yes. Okay. There are some few seconds of delay between me and you, so sometimes I need to wait to see if we happen. Okay, Nemo. I have a very now let's say modern question to you. Uh, do you think that AI will somehow change the way we research and the way we approach to study in these modern times, giving us the perception that everything that we would like to know is actually achievable in few seconds? What's your opinion about that?
Mhm.
As a spirit,
Maybe
of course.
the same question can be: was a train completely change life of the people, or electricity, or we can use a lot of different examples. Yes, would change it, uh, because with like every kind of technology, AI is an amplificator. Can amplify our stupidity or can amplify our knowledge. Depends of what is our approach. Uh, that's it. So it's an amplificator. It's only an amplificator. We can slow down, of course. We can spend a thousand or hundred of decades to do something because we believe that it's important to do slowly everything. We can do like today something more fastly, but it depends of how we will use everything. I want to give you an example. In the last 2 years, now it's very noisy, I
It
think.
is. Yes, it is. It is.
Very nice. I think I will move to another place, okay?
Let's
Because
try.
it's very noisy.
I mean, it's on the surrounding. It's a beautiful, let's say, ambient
Yeah.
music, but yeah, not the best. Okay, yes, now it's definitely better.
Is it better?
Yes.
Okay. So I want to give an example. Um, Me and a couple of other Damanhurian, we are doing research about physics and Damanhurian physics. So modern physics and Damanhurian physics together in order to found a bridge between spirituality and modern physics. That actually is not so easy. A lot of people, a lot of trainers, a lot of guru all around the world, they talk about quantum physics, quantum spirituality. They put quantum word everywhere, but actually this is not so easy, because it's not true that quantum mechanics can explain spirituality. Not yet. So we are working around that. And to do that, I was in the situation where I had to understand if, for example, other universities all around the world, they were searching something closer to our research. So I used the EI, putting my researches on the EI and asking the EI to go to every different university where there was an open library in order to match all the different researchers all around the world to understand the 50 most closer research with our in order to start a sort of collaboration. And so in 20 minutes, we had a list of 50 university all around the world. Imagine you have to do it browsing or calling, sending email. You will spend 1 year, 2 years. So, of course, the use of AI is always a matter of the purpose, and what will you do, what this kind of research. Another example today in graphics, in photography, in design, there are a lot of of course, a lot of artists they are complaining because it's easier to produce a piece of art, it's easier to produce a cover. But there are also I also met artists that they use this amplification to do something better. So always depends of the approach. This is my
On the way
idea.
we use it, yeah, on the way we use it. And this is, I think, it's important to focus together. It seems an easy question, but I think it's important to ask to ourselves, why do we study? We are nowadays full of podcasts, full of YouTube channels, full of books, and now there is also the AI. So we are full of, let's say, places or tools that we could use to learn, to study, to expand our knowledge. But what, in the Damanhurian perspective, is the real purpose on study? Why do we as humans spend time to study? What we are trying to do to create in ourselves and in the universe, from your perspective, Gnomo?
Because of how we are designed. We Our brain is working in two very different directions. For 200 years, we believed that the senses, the five senses, they were bringing information inside. The brain was processing everything, and we can choose, we can do, we can act, we can react, and so on. Thanks to the quantum mechanics and thanks to the modern study of the brain and mind, we discovered that there is a sort of double direction. We are in the same time receiving information from outside, but we are also projecting to outside, because that's the very complex step. Inside the brain, every information, every signal is using the speed of light. It seems that at that level, there is not before and after. It's out of time. Okay, so it's not correct say that we receive information from outside and we react. Not only, we are also believing in a sort of reality. I believe that reality is this. So I will expect that what I'm going to perceive is that. And if it's not that, so if the reality is different from my idea, my mind, like a director, will do a final cut to the movie and will change the reality in order to perceive a reality I can understand. What it means? It means that the reality I perceive is the reality I believe. The reality I perceive is the reality I believe. Study is always a way to add more books in your library in order to believe an enhanced reality, a better, depends, an extended reality, in order to perceive the reality extended. In a nutshell, I can be a spectator. I can see a miracle in front of me. But if I don't believe that is possible, in few seconds, my mind will reduce the miracle in something that can be describable in a different way. It's proved by the neuroscience that every 4 or 5 seconds, according to the rhythm of our breath, our mind is putting impact reality in packets, quantumized. Our reality is divided in small packets of 4 seconds, 4 or 5 seconds. When they produce the packets, they have 4 or 5 seconds to change what I perceived, the information I perceived, in something I can believe. Do you understand? And that's why you can prove, you can check it very easily. You can take a book and you can read a phrase into the book, you will spend 4 or 5 seconds to understand what you read. I'm not talking about reactions. A fly that come to me and I say I do something there, like this. Okay, that's a reaction. I'm not processing. I'm not thinking. I'm only reacting as a machine. Okay, not that. When I talk about consciousness, to understand what is going on. Okay, I'm talking about that. To do that, I will spend 4 or 5 seconds. In these 4 or 5 seconds, the director, my mind, that's the work of the mind, to be a director, do the final cut and decide what I will remember about what happened, because we are always remembering. We are not live. We are always remembering something that already happened. We are in the past. We are always in the past. That's the difference between all the storytelling of masters. They say you have to come back to the present. It's something also related to neuroscience. Also, today, neuroscience understood that we are not in the present, but we are always in the past, remembering. Okay?
Thank you, Gnomo. And what has
And
Falco? Yeah, yeah,
sorry,
go.
last phrase. So, to study, to add a new knowledge, to add new information is a way to create the new boxes for the new storage for the consciousness. If we have not more informations, we will perceive a smaller, simplest reality.
Okay. And what Falco has shared with the Damanhurian about what kind of, let's say, value has Falco brought on an esoteric level connected with spirit of research and the purpose on studying and spending a life where we live our daily life as a kind of researcher approach.
From my point of view, I think, of course, there are many instruments, many tools, many different techniques that you know very well, because you are the head of the academy, so you are every day proposing courses, seminars where we spread the Falco techniques. But I think that the most important one was the approach of Falco. Maybe in a nutshell, we can say that Falco chosen to design the research in a community research, where there are not specialized people. No, not anymore. Anyone is specialized in life. And we share all the researches. Uh, um, for example, we use 1 day a week. We say the uh, theoretical moment every week, where we talk about researches, and everyone will add ideas, suggestions. So a sort of maybe we can say, I'm a developer. I love to say that the Damanhurian research is an open source research, where the code is published, and everyone can add, change, do something, because they are not experts. Also, because to be an expert is very dangerous. When we are too expert, our mind start to be smaller and smaller and smaller, and we can see a smaller frame, a very small frame, because we are experts. Okay, uh, that's a trap. That's a trap. Of course, after 20, 30 years talking about many Damanhurians, after many years that you do that, you can start to choose to, for example, to put your effort, like I'm doing now, in one topic, and not, always talking about everything, because you have to focus on something that's correct. But we have always to be aware that maybe someone, my wife, my children, the people around me, they can give me a suggestion that it's very important. So we have to share our research. The research must be open source.
This is also connected, more with the power of doubt that you said at the beginning. So even if we become
Yes,
expert, even if we have studied 40 years on a specific topic, applying the power of doubt means that we are constantly open to reshape and to rethink our perspective, our thesis. Is that
yes.
right?
Falco for the entire life was always every week talking about every step of the research with hundred of people together. And the people that were also proposing opposite point of view and so on. The doubt must be always with you as in your tool. You need to have the doubt. The doubt is very important, and I think now, after your question, I'm processing it, that in 1975, when Damanhur was founded, when the project of Damanhur started, there was uh, a very clear and very precise division between spirituality and science. In that moment, I remember exactly in 1975, the book of Fridtjof Capra, The Tao of Physics, was published, when he was for the first moment talking about maybe we can find a bridge between physics, spirituality. Uh, Falco, I think, chosen to do exactly that, to smash, to destroy the wall between science and spirituality, talking about proof, doubt, research, of course, also intuitions, faith. We started talking about faith, but having all the tools without, decide that something is wrong in your research.
Yeah, I think that's part of, as you also said, in intuition. So in our school, we put a lot of attention to the fact that we as humans are antennas, that we do have
And dreamers.
also dreamers, we have soul senses, we have a whole subtle machine, super complex, super developed, that we need to use. We need to discover again how to use it, and that's part of the research, and that's part of the tools that we do have for research. What do you want to say about it? How do we apply the fact that we do consider as Damanhur the fact that we have a way more complex technology, that we only use a part of it, because actually part of our research are directed into the goal to apply and reawaken these soul senses and all the subtle perception and so on.
Sorry, I did not understand your question. Can you repeat it? Because
Yes, how do we apply, or what's your consideration to the fact that Damanhur is not only using machines, external
okay.
machine to research, but we are using also ourselves as a very complex spiritual technology to research, because we can research through dreams, we can research talking with nature spirits or with plants. I mean, we apply a kind of, at the moment, kind of unique way of approaching the study, which is not maybe the scientific contemporary approach.
Yes, I think that everything is about one of the main important elements of the Damanhurian philosophy. Not only the Damanhurian philosophy, many other philosophies, many other schools all around the world, they believe that the center of everything is yourself. You as uh, the perceptor of the world. Okay, so you are the machine, you are the focus, and so every technique, everything is your lector of this. You can use a telescope, a very important telescope, but it's you that looking at the star, you believe, you understand, you will read what you are looking at, and understand what you are what you perceived. So the human being, yourself, is the core of every research. That's why dreams, intuition are part of the research. So the research is not only outside of you in the books, in the computer, in the machine, is inside of you. You are the source of everything.
Yeah, this means that at the end, it's us that makes the difference on the way we
Yeah, because
approach.
it's always you that are using the telescope or the atomic machine to see the atoms or so on. It's you. For example, I want to give you an example of this. Today, there is always, in the last 100 years, there is a very big problem in physics, very big, because we have quantum mechanics that is explaining very well, extremely, extremely precise description of everything that happened in the micro world, and we have relativity that explain very, very, very well what is happening in the macro world. Okay, stars, galaxies, black holes, and we are not able to search something in the middle that can connect these two different elements of the knowledge. Why? Because we have not yet the instrument to look at the solution, or because we are looking at the macro world and the micro world using our beliefs and our idea. Because maybe with a different idea in your mind, looking at the same proof, at the same elements, at the same measurements, you can understand something different. That's the trick yourself.
That's a big trick. Yeah, definitely. And I think one of the beauty of studying and research is that if we as humans, let's say, find the beauty and passion to study together and research together, that can be one of the things that really interconnect us and make us being a big network, like the plant world is doing in a forest where they are super interconnected. And when all the information are open source, as you were saying before. So I think that's one of the key points that we could apply as humanity to 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 realize that studying research and maybe going to other planets, beginning to be a multi-dimensional, multi-planetary species, it's something that can really connect us and not put us one against each other, but one close to each other. Because as you say, we are all trying to perceive uh, the reality around us and enriching it with new information. So if we try to do that together, this means that we as a species could, let's say, perceive the universe, perceive life always in a richer and wider perspective than what we have done before. I'm just saying this because it's clear that nowadays there are conflicts between us, between our species. And since we are talking today about studies, I think this can be one of the key topics where we feel that we are kind of the plant world, a very open source species that is with passion going together in this direction.
Yes, and if you see, is exactly the same problem that happened in the societies, in the civilizations. In the last 100 years, we experimented capitalisms and communisms. The communisms break down, completely failed, but also the capitalisms today is in big danger because they are all both a very too much specific vision of reality. So, from the point of view of capitalism, yourself is the most important person. Okay, in the communism, the group is the most important aspect. So the person can die, the person can suffer. You don't take care about it. In a nutshell, okay. So if you look at the plant world, you can see the third way, where yourself and us, so me and us, they are married. I don't know how to say married together in a way that something that is apparently opposite start to be synchronized.
Mm-hmm.
Myself, the tree, and the wood. The tree and the wood are married, and we have fear as human to lose our freedom, our free will. But if you look at the people also in the Western world, in the capitalistic style, they completely lose the freedom, the same as in the communisms. So that's not the way. Uh, and here we can talk about fear. Fear is one of the most important enemy of research because fear is always coloring everything in a way that will completely destroy your research. You have to be careful about fear because is a way to completely change your research or manipulate your research. Doubt is good, fear not so good.
Gnomo, to come to, since we are close to finish our beautiful conversation, what would be, I mean, we still have to say a few things, but I would like to ask you, do you have a book to recommend? A book that you are just reading, you have read in the past month that you want to just suggest, just to share
Yes,
what you are reading?
I will suggest a very old book, very old. You say is not old. I think it's absolutely a very good book. That is the Tao of Physics of Fritjof Capra. That is the first example in the age of Aquarius of bridging between
Science and
spirituality
spirituality.
and science. And I have also a suggestion for you, Antello, directly for you, to think about to do a jump, a transformation of academy to an open source academy.
Mm.
I think it's a revolution, a very good revolution for our academy.
Thank you, Nyomo.
You're
And
welcome.
yes, Academy, so we can take the chance to say something about it. Damanhur and
That
Falco have,
I consider a very good academy, very good academy. But I think we can do another step.
can improve it, definitely,
Yeah,
definitely, definitely. As you may know or not know, the Manurans has developed an academy where we have collected the courses that Falco has, let's say, shared with us, but also courses that the Damanhurian has created thanks to their research. And as Nyomo was saying, I feel the same. We are in a point as Damanhurians to definitely first, open a way more to welcome new researcher, and I just want to share it now to our academy. So if you want to collaborate with us, if you want to share your researchers and somehow co-create new programs, new experiences, books, whatever, you are definitely more than welcome. And we are also organizing different events during the year connected with welcoming other researcher like the one we do in September, connected with energies and measuring energies. We have our festival that it's a moment where we welcome other people to experience Damanhur. I mean, we are definitely looking for friends that want to study and share their study with us. The group that Gnomo was saying, the day every Wednesday, and is an open event that I'm sure that you can find also in our communities,
Yeah, everyone is.
online communities. Everyone can join it. So below here in the YouTube description, you can find the link to our online community, and you can every Wednesday join that event. Yeah, go on, Yamo.
I was suggesting that Intello because we were talking, no, okay, during this very good discussion, and I was thinking about Falco in the serata, in the meetings with other Damanhurian in the 80s, in the 90s, where he was sharing with everyone that knowledge, asking for suggesting point of view. So imagine to bring the serata, the meetings in the world, where academy can be like a way to have a larger serata, larger meeting, where with courses, seminars, we suggest, we propose, and we discuss about the knowledge of humanity in a larger way. So open to the world, something
Beautiful.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but I will come directly to Egypt now to to develop together this.
To the party.
But please buy me a flight and invite me to the party on the beach.
Okay, okay, okay. Have a nice day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nyomo, and thank to all of
Good
you that has
evening to everyone.
participated. Yes, as always, you can find in the description all the infos about Damanhur, our online community, our events, our academy. So you are definitely more than welcome to come to visit us and study with us and do all the beautiful things that we are doing. Thank you, Nyomo, and thank you, everyone. Con voi.
Con
Con
voi.
voi. See you next time. Con voi.